me, he says. Clear the tarmac. It's takeoff time.
Media Vintage Sports Network presents Play-by-Play Podcast with Jordan Hughes.
Alrighty, welcome in NRL Picks and Preview. Back with you once again on the Play-by-Play Podcast, a part of the Media Vintage Sports Network. My name is Jordan Hughes, alongside the best.
With me, the King! Geordie.
How are we, mate?
Me, fantastic. How are you? I love your hat to start.
Thank you, mate. Great to see you.
Perfect colour.
Fresh cut.
Fresh cut for me. Nice hat for you.
Boys are
We're
on.
ready to roll.
Long weekend, ready. And NRL keeps on rolling on. A big round coming your way. Round 6 in the books, round 7 coming up. What caught your eye in round 6, my friend?
I just turned my mic on. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
Yeah.
What caught my eye? Positives in round 6 were the West Tigers beating the Newcastle Knights and also the Storm Clinic against the Warriors for me.
The Warriors just can't win in Melbourne, ever. It's just ugly every time.
Yeah, well, they were versing the Storm, so... What about you? What was positive for you?
I was happy the Dolphins got a W. Panthers lost 5 in a row, mate. They're on the fucking slide.
Shit, that was me on the disappointment side.
Yeah, but I was happy the Dolphins won. Good to see them, find some
You're
form.
a Dolphins fan,
I'm
through
hot,
and through.
I want them in the 8. I want them in the 8.
You love that.
And yeah, on that, what's got you down, mate?
Disappointment for me was, first of all, Penrith yet again against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And then the second one was the Broncos losing to the Roosters.
Yeah, that was a big upset, wasn't it? The Roosters out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. So, no good. What about you?
Never again, mate. You know what I'm going to say? Never again. I'm done. Round 6, Gold Coast Titans. I'm not doing it. I'm done.
Who'd they go?
They got destroyed by the Dragons. I'm not doing it. I'm done. So yeah, I've given up already.
Throwing in the towel.
On the tipping front, that sort of reflects my week as well. 2 from 8 for me, absolutely killing it. And this fella, 6 from 8, so he's flying, is the king. And you've overtaken me now, my friend. 31 from 48, and I'm 28 from 48.
I'm only 3 up.
Correct.
Surely I've got to be a couple
No,
more. This
no,
guy is
no,
the biggest.
no.
He's beat me by 1 last week, and now I'm only up by, 0.5?
Mate, don't just take the winner. Right? Take the win. All right,
crazy.
let's find some winners in round 7 for your Easter long weekend. Tonight it gets started. Manly, $1.62. The Dragons, $2.30. The Lions, 3.5. How do we see this one, my friend?
Yeah, look at this. This is a close game for me. You're going to fall either way. Manly at home are very hard to beat. Still no Tommy Turbo, but we're looking at Daly Cherry Evans to run the side there. On the other end, it all comes off Gutherson.
Yeah, Gutho is the man for the Dragons. The home team, on that note, have won the last 10 of 11 between these two, and Manly have won 7 from 9 at home by 13 plus.
Oh, beautiful. I think it's going to be a bit closer than that. I think, look, today I went with Manly to get the close win, 1-12, but it could easily fall the other side of the fence.
It can. And some try scorers for you. Saab has scored in his last 7 of 8, and Holmes has scored in his last 8 of 9 as the underdog for the Dragons. He's finding some form, old Val.
Yeah, big fan of Holmes. I always have been. And his left side, Tuolapu, is injured for the next 6 weeks. So look for him out. So that left edge will look to be a try scorer for the St. George Dragons. I'm not sure who it's going to be, either Fagai or Sloan.
And who wins this one, Manly?
Yeah, Manly for me, 1-12. But look, with me heart, I do want to go with St. George because I do like Holmes and Gutho teaming up. But I'm just going to go with Manly at home.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon Manly at home, they're too good here. They do a job. Manly to win. Manly minus at 3.5. Saab to score as well. I reckon they win pretty comfortably in the end.
Manly for the boys.
Yes, let's go.
Lovely.
Now the big Good Friday rivalry. It's the Bulldogs, unbeaten Bulldogs, $1.30. The Rabbitohs, $3.60. The Lions, 10.5. Mate, the Dogs are flying, aren't they?
How impressive. Undefeated.
Oh, mate.
Doesn't sound real.
No,
What
it
are we, in a dream? Look, this week they've got Burton back, Satilli and Kurt Mann. So they're looking like they're even bolstered up even stronger. On the other end, you've got Cody Walker. He's back joining Latrell Mitchell.
Yes, he is. South Sydney do like this matchup. They've covered the last 7 of 8 at home. And Crichton has scored in his last 8 of 10 versus South Sydney. So he can score a try. Jai Gray has scored in his last 3 matches. And Latrell Mitchell loves against the Dogs, scored in his last 3 of 4 against the men from Bankstown.
Fantastic stats for me. Look, I was looking at that left wing, Montoya. I always get this wrong with the Bulldogs. I choose the opposite wing every time. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Montoya for the Bulldogs. But I actually think Jai Gray looks like a certain try for me. Just because you've got Cody Walker and Latrell ball playing, that just means Jai Gray has a lot more space. And he's a little crafty little guy.
Lovely. For me on the try scorers front, I will go Jai Gray to score as well. I'll go Crichton to score. For my picks, I'll go Rabbitohs plus that 10.5. I think it's close, but I think the Dogs do win this one 1-12.
Beauty, I like that. I've gone with Dogs to get the dub, and a minus 5.5 is pretty safe for me.
Love that. The Doggies continue their winning ways. We head up to Suncorp Stadium now. The Dolphins, $4.40. The Melbourne Storm, $1.22. The Lions, 13.5. The Storm are absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah, and look, the Finns have found some form, actually. The last few games are pretty good, and then they were able to beat Penrith the last week. So they're going to be pretty tough to beat at home. And I just think their whole team camaraderie is coming.
Yes.
On the other edge with Storm are just nasty.
They are very strong. And who's been killing it, mate? Our man Grant Anderson scored in his last 7 of 8 as a favourite. He can score a try, that man.
He's been playing centres, wing.
Yep.
Now they got Fa'aloga at that right wing. So look for him to be the danger outsider with Hughesy there.
There we go. The Dolphins have covered the last 4 as home underdogs. For me, Storm to win, Dolphins cover, Anderson scores. Keep it simple.
Beautiful. What's that line?
13.5.
Oh, I like that.
A lot of points.
I'll be going Storm.
Yep, to win.
Storm to win.
Dolphins
if I had
cover.
to, let's take that cover points. That's
Okay,
beauty.
there we go. Storm are flying here. Let's go across the ditch now. The Warriors, $2.85. The Broncos, $1.42. The Lions, 8.5. This one is a danger game, I think, for the Bronx.
For sure, it definitely is. The Wars at home, we've seen what they can do at home.
Yep.
And we've seen what happens when we bet on them.
Yeah.
It's another Titans thing here.
It is a bit.
The Broncos are a bit sloppy from last week as well. It's going to be tough for them to go over there and back up. And their second rows aren't too strong for me. And with the Warriors, there's a few changes there. Tane Tuipuki's at fullback and Kurt Capewell in the centres.
Yeah,
Not
thoughts
too
on that?
sure. Not too sure about that.
We'll see how that pans
What
out.
doing?
The underdog has won the last 7 of 10 between these two. Brisbane have failed to cover their last 16 of 20 matches. And on the try-scoring front, Jesse Arthur has scored in his last 6 of 7. He's going good.
Yes, sir. For me, I went with a tight game.
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos here 1-12 and Jesse Arthur's to score.
There we go. I reckon the Warriors win this. I got the Wars to win at home. The upset of the round for me.
I won't be surprised.
No,
Look at that.
they can turn on at home, and they're due after last week's performance as well. So let's see how that one pans out. The Roosters, $2.20. The Panthers, $1.68. They're still favourites somehow. 3.5 is your number. Panthers have lost their last 5 weeks.
And wow, both teams are struggling for form.
Yep.
Roosters can't seem to find a decent playmaker in the halves there, and Penrith just not their usual Penrith selves. What are we going to do?
What are we going to do? Do we keep backing them? I keep backing every week. They keep losing. So
Yeah, they just keep losing by 1-6, and we just keep backing them. I think it's their inexperienced edge. So they've got Taulangi with Jordan McLean and then Jenkins. That whole left edge is very inexperienced. And they're just not playing the same Panthers.
do you think they've underestimated the influence of what Luai has had over the last few years, missing him?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, for sure. Obviously, Luai and Crichton, they've been embedded in that system.
Yeah.
But if you look at their whole left edge, none of them are embedded into that shape. So while the whole Panthers are playing their certain style they usually do, that whole left is not.
Right.
I'm seeing Taulangi in that throwing offloads on the third tackle.
Yeah.
Just doing dumb, silly things that you don't usually see.
Uncharacteristic errors from the Panthers. So Dom Young has scored in his last 10 of 11 at home for the Roosters, and Dill Edwards has scored in his last 4 of 5 versus the Roosters. So he's due for a big one as well. Can the Panthers win here, mate?
Look, what you've just said, Dom Young to score for me, and the Roosters 1-12.
Oh, the Roosters win. They
Gone with the
They
Roosters.
lose 6 in a row. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hey, look, we probably had this combo last week.
I know.
They can't lose 5 in a row. Let's add another one.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go Panthers again. They're going to win soon. They're going to win soon.
They're going to win soon.
Panthers to win for me, and I'll go Dill Edwards for a try. Let's go now to Sunday afternoon footy. The Titans, $2.10. The Raiders, $1.75. The Lions, 3.5. The Raiders love playing on the GC. They've won the last 7 at Seabus, and the last 4 they've won by 1-12 as well.
Beautiful. Look, Big Tino's back versus Tapine. What a good battle in the forwards there.
Yeah, huge.
Tino versus Tapine. I love that.
I think it's pronounced Tarpany, but
Tapani, Tipani.
Cool.
Tomato,
Sweet.
potato, potato.
well, sure.
But yeah, and you look at Jamal Fogarty versus his old club.
True, yeah.
Up against young Jaden Campbell.
That should be a cracker. What do you think on this one, my
Are
friend?
we going?
Go, mate.
Sunday.
Oh, we go. You know what I'm doing. I'm on the tools.
He's busy once again.
Hey,
Look,
Easter Sunday too. Easter.
oh, Easter.
Love
Happy
it.
Easter, everyone. Look, I like the second rowers for the Raiders. They've got
Yep.
guts. Those 2 Poms, they just strengthen their side.
Yeah, Matty Nicholson is one
Nicholson and Hudson Young.
of them. Oh, yeah, the beast that is Hudson Young.
So they're quite lethal.
So,
So with me, I'm looking at the Raiders in a high scoring game, and
Yep.
I'm going to give them the minus 5.5.
there we go. Lovely. So I agree with that. The last 7 of 8 day matches between these two have gone over the total points. So 51.5 is your number. Take the over there, and I'm going to go Raiders to win. I'm gonna win.
You had to think about it.
Yeah,
then.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if the Titans turn up and win this and they do a job, but
Yeah.
I just can't.
And that's the thing. Raiders do have that game in them too, but they just throw it out the door. And
I
you're like,
agree.
what the hell happened to you guys?
Yeah. So, I'll go Raiders to win for me. Okay, let's go down to the Knights and the Sharks. $3.35 the Knights, $1.33 the Sharkies. The Lions 9.5. As we've seen, the Knights just can't score points.
Look at that, 9.5 right there.
Oof, there
I'm
we go.
writing down notes. Your stats are matching, and we're
Love it.
on.
Perfect.
So with the Knights, they have an inexperienced forward pack.
Mm-hmm.
Without Dylan Lucas on that left edge, they're not laying the platform, and it's not giving their players like Sharp and Ponga room to work some magic.
Yep.
They're literally playing with bench forwards or reserve grade forwards, and then no platform to play with. That's why they're struggling.
So the Sharks on the other side, they are firing as well. They've won the last 11 as a favourite versus Newcastle Knights. Knights have covered the last 7 of 8 as a home underdog, and Marju scored his last 3 of 4 against the Sharkies.
Beauty. Well, the thing is, Knights can't score.
Mm.
So I've gone with the Sharks to get a big win here, minus 9.5.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I agree. I can't back the Knights as well. They're on the slide at the moment. Sharks to win for me, and I'll go... who's there? Mulatalo to score a try.
Mulatalo, left winger.
Yeah, back that young man. And then our final game of the weekend, which should be an absolute doozy. The Tigers $1.70. The Eels $2.15. The Lions 2.5. Plenty of drama this week around the Tigers, mate.
Drama everywhere.
Drama. Thoughts
Would
on that? What? Do you have any opinion on that?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think?
He's just a young man. Let him play. I don't know why everyone's ripping on him. Let him pick who he wants to play for. Who cares? He's just a young kid. He's 19.
Mm-hmm.
He has decisions to make.
Yep.
And if he fails, let him fail.
Do you think he should be playing first grade this year still?
For sure.
Yeah.
The one thing that I hate is when clubs go, we're preparing for
Well,
next year. We're preparing for 10 years. That's what the Titans keep doing. That's why they keep coming last.
Yeah.
But you play Gelvin with the West Tigers, they might actually make the top 8.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, he's in reserve grade this week. I reckon.
Yeah, now they've dropped him. What have you dropped him
He's one
for?
of their best
Because he
players.
doesn't want to play there. in
And
the
it's still
future.
another 18 months away as well. So,
Yeah, it's like they dropped Cherry Evans right now from Manly. Would they do it?
yeah,
Probably not.
no way.
Let's see. What the hell?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Um,
And another one.
yeah.
Mitch Moses is back for
I
the
was going to
Eels.
say that he's back. There's a huge inclusion between these two sides. Actually, I think, is this Easter Monday? This might be a Monday this weekend.
Monday, 4 p.m.
Beautiful. Okay, let's go to the Eels have won their last 6 away matches versus the Tigers, and the Tigers have failed to cover their last 6 as a home favourite. Can the Tigers block the noise out here, mate? Can they win?
Look, before this Gelvin saga happened, I would have backed the West Tigers any day of the week. With this Gelvin thing, I don't know. I think there's some drama going on.
Yeah.
But I still am going to be backing the Tigers until I see something from the Eels.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to go, it all goes belly up. I'm going to go Eels to win for me. Eels plus the 2.5. Eels 1 to 12. Should be an absolute cracker, and I'll back Moses to steer the ship.
Very nice. Look, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Okay, cool. Lovely. There we go. So that's round 7 in the books, my friend. What are your best bets of the weekend?
Best bet. You know, one of those best bets that I showed you paid off last week.
It did.
We didn't tell the camera that.
No, you didn't tell me that.
We'll
Yeah.
tell this one of the
Okay,
camera.
there we go.
Here we go. This is the King's best bet. We got the Sharks to win. We got the Knights under 21.5 points.
Yep.
We've got the Raiders to win. We've got Roosters with the plus 12.5 handicap, and the Bulldogs to win.
Okay,
So that's a $4.94 odd.
that's good.
Couple of hundy on that. Lego.
Making wagers on this Easter weekend. That is sensational there from the King. There we go. Final thoughts, mate. You any footy this weekend? What are you
No
doing? Just
footy.
chilling? Just chilling?
Relax.
Yep.
You know, just relax, chill. I've been so busy lately. How about you?
Nah, but somewhat of a quiet one this weekend, which was nice.
Back on the mic or anything?
Not this weekend. Yeah.
Both of us need a week off.
There we go. Lovely.
Due for it.
So yeah, NRL round 7 coming away. Have a great Easter weekend. We'll see you next week to do it all again. Regan,
Happy Easter. This is Media Vintage. Geordie Hughes. I'm the King. We out.
see you very soon. Bye.